Hey, what's up mortals, it's Papo here, and before we get into today's video, there are a few things I would like to say. First, we've hit 7,000 subscribers, so let's try to get to 8,000. It would be much appreciated if you smash that like button, and if you would be so kind to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, it would be awesome. Second, I would like to thank the Patreons. Their support means a lot. There will also be a link in the description to James's Patreon where you can support this channel. And there will also be links to the Discord down there as well. On Discord, you can talk to myself and other mortals like yourself. It would be awesome if you joined us. I am sorry for the lack of content in the past 5 days. I've been extremely busy, and I don't know what's going on with James. And the other voice actor didn't have a script to read, so he couldn't get something out. But yeah, I'm sorry for that. If you haven't watched parts 1, 2, or 3 of this What If, there will be links to that in the description if you haven't watched them or if you need a refresher. There will also be a link to the Patreon, there will also be a link to it in the description down below. If I mess up, I've recorded this so many times and I've messed up so many on it, for some reason I can't get the script down. If I mess up, I'm sorry, but I'm getting fed up with this script because there are no commas or anything, and it's structured weirdly. So if I mess up, I'm sorry, but I'm not doing it again. And I know I pronounce Uraraka's name wrong sometimes, and I'm sorry. And there's another thing in this that I'm gonna say the name wrong of. Most likely, it's a city in Japan. But I don't care right now. I just want to get something out to y'all. I'm extremely tired, so I am very sorry, but I'm just trying to get something out to y'all because I feel bad. But yeah, let's get back to it. Last time on What If Deku Was a Saiyan, Part 4. Our heroes in Class 1A are currently doing an assignment where there are 2 teams, and one team are the heroes and the other team are the villains. The task is to capture the missile from the villains while the villains try to defend against the heroes. Deku gets paired with Uraraka, and they face off against Bakugo and Ida. Deku, after getting jumped by Bakugo, tells Uraraka to run, then knocks out Bakugo, catching up to help Uraraka with Ida. Deku uses his new technique, the Katsuyoshi Windy Vortex, to defeat Ida, making Uraraka and Deku the winners. A few days after our heroes do this, they head off to the rescue facility, or the USJ, to do rescue training, but suddenly a black portal appears with a bunch of villains. Aizawa tries to fight them off, but another black portal appears, splitting everyone up around the facility. Now our heroes have to fend off against multiple villains. Deku and Froppy get placed on the boat with water all around it. They counter this by making a whirlpool with Deku's Katsuyoshi Windy Vortex to stagger all the villains in the water, and Froppy gets Deku and herself to safety. Deku sees Aizawa getting his skin broken by Tomura Shigaraki. Deku tries to help, but the villain's Ace Aonomu block Deku's way. Some of the UA students near the fight got Ida to get the teacher to help. Even with Deku's best efforts, he couldn't even scratch the Nomu, but All Might comes to save the day, since he didn't come because his time limit was out for the hero work prior to the trip. All Might and the Nomu go face to face and throw punches at each other. With the help of Deku and All Might's attacks, they defeated the Nomu, but from that battle, All Might went past his limits, which made him go back to his original state. Tomura Shigaraki at first thinks All Might is not weak until he realizes he is. Tomura Shigaraki tries to attack All Might while he's weak, but Snipe and the other heroes save everyone. But then Tomura Shigaraki gets away. It's been a few weeks ever since the USJ attack, and all the competition has started to settle down. Azuku was very pleased of how useful he was fighting the Nomu after all. He could destroy a portion of the Nomu, but that had happened a while ago. And he thinks he should go back to training, but before he could finish his thoughts, he was interrupted by his teacher. He explains that the sports festival coming up and that they should all trained harder these next 2 weeks. If they wanted to reach the top, they must win. Everybody started jumping with excitement, knowing that this is their chance to show what they had. After this class ended and the day went as normal, they all went home. Deku put on his weighted clothing and started to work out. Everyone else trained hard for the next 2 weeks. He learned a way to amp his strength, speed, ki, and everything about him by a multiplier, but he finds out these were him down a ton. He calls his technique the Josu Gijutsu. I can't say that, I'm sorry. Then the festival came. They all walked into the stadium, and President Mike announced that the first challenge would be a race, and on his mark, it would start. 3, 2, 1, go! Everybody went through the same tunnel, but Azuku improvised. He jumped over the building and gained speed. Also, he kept running and didn't stop. Then he got to the rope and started to hop to each platform, leading him to the explosive mine section. He ran so fast that once he got to the end, all the mines went off at the same time. Ida did the same, but barely pulled it off. Todoroki came in second and Bakugo in third. The second event was announced. It would be a horse race. It would be a team of 4 with 1 rider and 3 horses. Azuku knew exactly who to choose. He immediately went to Tokoyami and Shoji. Tokoyami would protect the horse with Dark Shadow because he could monitor 360 degrees, and Shoji would make it possible to take the flag. Ochako would be the rider and Azuku would be in the back. Ochako would then use her quirk on all of them. They would easily avoid everyone, but the problem would come up to Todoroki. But no matter how much they would try, they wouldn't prevail. Azuku and the others. Azuku groups ended up being number 1. Then the final event would begin. The first match would be Azuku versus Shinso, just like in the anime. President Mike says the first one that's unable to fight or is out of the white line loses. Ready, set, go! Shinsu says, "Hi, my name is Shinsu. What's yours?" Deku replies with, "I am Azuku Midoriya, and I will defeat you right here." Shinso smiles. Azuku questions what he's smirking about, but then Azuku's body starts moving on its own towards the line. The crowd is confused on what's going on, and President Mike yells, "It seems Azuku is walking out of the ring! Why is he doing that, Aizawa?" Aizawa says, "It's probably the other kid's quirk." Azuku is panicking and trying to stop, but it isn't working. Azuku is getting closer to the line when suddenly he accidentally trips over his tail and facepalms on the arena, snapping him out of the mind control. Shinso is surprised that he managed to get out of his mind control. Azuku gets up, wondering what happened, but then realizes it was the kid's quirk. Shinso tries to make Azuku speak again, but this time it doesn't work. Azuku thinks to himself, how is he able to do this? Well, since I don't know how his quirk works, the best bet is to simply finish it quickly. Azuku runs to Shinso so fast that he looks like a blur and punches Shinso in the stomach, launching him out of the ring. The crowd and everyone watching are shocked by what simply happened. President Mike yells, "Whoa! What happened? What was that speed?" Well, the winner of the first round goes to Azuku Midoriya. The crowd cheers, "Azuku! Azuku! Azuku!" in amazement out of the match. Azuku smiles because of this and walks out of the arena. All Might sees this in shock and starts to regret having given his quirk to Miro. Rest of the matches go the same as in the anime. Before the second match, Azuku runs into Endeavor and looks at Azuku and says, "I see your strength. Don't strain on Shoto. Make him use his fire. Izuku replies, no, Todoroki isn't a tool. He's your son. He walks past him. He's on to the match, and President Mike says, on the right side, we've got the number 2 Heroes Kid. Half hot, half cold. Temperature, Shoto Todoroki. And on the left side, we've got the kid that has a monkey tail. That's number 1 in everything in this sports festival so far. Izuku Midoriya. Between him and Shoto, Izuku and Todoroki both walk into the arena, and Todoroki says, let's get this over with. He makes a giant iceberg. Everyone thinks the match is over, and then they hear, Tokyo Blast! He destroys the iceberg, and his muscles start to bulge green energy, start to grow viciously. Izuku powers up and yells, Joshu Getsu times 2! Todoroki launches another large ice attack. Izuku yells, Katsuyoshi Windy Vortex! He punches, launching a huge narrow arrow wave, shattering the ice and hitting Todoroki in the cheeks, launching him. Izuku powers down, because he didn't want to waste stamina this early. He runs towards Todoroki. Todoroki sees this and tries to slow him down with ice, but Deku simply runs through the ice, breaking him. Izuku is up close and ready to hit Todoroki, but Todoroki jumps away and starts making a trail of ice and ice skating around. He thinks to himself and says, it looks like he only has close range attacks. If I can keep my distance, I'll wear him out. I'll win. Deku tries to chase after him, but slips on the ice Todoroki. Mate. Todoroki takes this chance to slam him with ice. Izuku gets up and powers up, flying towards Todoroki so fast that Todoroki can't see him. He slams Todoroki, launching him sideways, and then fires 2 Katsuyoshi Windy Vortex smashes, each punching him in the gut, sending him flying. Todoroki is on the ground, clutching his stomach, trying to get up. Izuku says, look at you. Your denial of your father is holding you back. Shoto says, shut up. You have nothing to do with me. Izuku says, it's your quirk, not his. You know how many people try to get in here, but don't. But people like you don't appreciate it when you get in. Suddenly, a giant burst of fire engulfs the stadium. Shoto says, how much did Endeavor pay you to make me use my fire side? Izuku says, he never paid me. I'm just disappointed that you're denying your own power, Shoto. Shoto says, I'll never become what my father is. Izuku yells back, that quirk is yours, not his. And if you don't expect that, I'll defeat you here and now. Izuku charges forward for a finishing blow. Shoto thinks about his past and what Izuku said. Shoto launches a hot fire, and then ice, and then fire, back to back. A big explosion happens, and the crowd is shocked by the words the two boys were giving and thinking Izuku was done for. Todoroki says, thank you, Izuku. The green light comes from the gray clouds and starts to shoot up into the air. It's Izuku. Everyone's surprised because they didn't know that he can fly. Also because of this, they start thinking that he has 3 quirks. Deku bluffs and yells, I'll use my full power on this one. You might want to try this time or else you'll lose. Deku powers up and spreads his arms out and starts charging 2 big green energy balls in his hands and brings his hands and energy together, making one huge energy blast. Todoroki says to himself, I won't lose to a person like him. He starts using his fire into the beam and launches it towards Deku. Deku yells, Sapura Buru Blast! The teachers start asking, should we stop this? And the principal says no. President Mike yells, whoa! Their super moves are about to collide and take over! The huge energy shoots out from Deku's hand, colliding with Todoroki's blast. The beam struggled to cause a cool flash of colors and strong winds throughout the arena. Suddenly, Todoroki's Deku says, you tried, but this is the end, and yells, max power! The beam pushes Todoroki's blast quickly and hits the arena and starts to expand in a big sphere, and then explodes. the fierce explosion causing massive winds that are displacing everyone, and the arena is shaking like an earthquake. The fire from the blast and the shaking stops, then everyone sees from the dust Todoroki knocked out while Deku is standing. President Mike says, "Oh my goodness! Would you look at this, folks? Todoroki is unable to battle, which means Izuku is the winner!" Deku walks to Todoroki and gives him his hand. Todoroki takes it and Deku pulls him up, saying, "Good match." Todoroki says the same and faints. The medics get to him, to the nurse. President Mike says because of their power super moves, the arena is destroyed. It will take about 3 hours to repair, so we will be on a break. Now that Deku has made it through the cavalry battle and has moved on to the semi-finals, who will he face? How will he win? Next time on What If Deku Was a Saiyan?
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining.